Welcome back to Florida Living for You. I'm Marcia Gannon. Today we are looking at an interesting fact that has been happening. Why billionaires are quietly leaving Miami and choosing Palm Beach instead. Miami has always been the heartbeat of Florida, fast, loud, electrifying, a city where the nights last forever, and every sunrise brings another tower, another celebrity, another headline. But something fascinating is happening quietly, almost secretly. The people who shape global markets, the ones who measure their net worth in billions, are leaving Miami's glittering skyline behind and choosing a small, quiet island just an hour north called Palm Beach. And the question is, why? And if this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything about living and investing in South Florida, make sure you press the button below to subscribe and tap the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about any new opportunities in the current market in South Florida. We get calls every day from people just like you. So whether you're moving tomorrow or in 1 year, you can reach out to us anytime. Our contact information is in the description box below. How this shift really started. The story doesn't begin with real estate. It begins with a change in values. For years, Miami was the epicenter of excitement for wealthy newcomers. Hedge fund managers escaping New York winters, crypto millionaires looking for a playground, celebrities wanting the energy of a city that never sleeps. Miami was and still is a celebration of visibility. It's a place where people don't just live, they arrive. But as the city grew and grew fast, something else grew with it. Congestion, noise, constant development, paparazzi, boat traffic, helicopter thumping overhead. The very things that made Miami irresistible to some made it exhausting to others, especially to the ultra-rich, who value something most people overlook. Meanwhile, 70 miles north, Palm Beach remained almost frozen in time, an island that has quietly housed American dynasties for more than a century. Families whose names appear in history books, not tabloids. Streets where the loudest sound at night is the ocean. Neighborhoods where privacy isn't a luxury, is the culture. After 2020, this contrast became impossible to ignore. Billionaires didn't just move, they relocated their headquarters, their families, their long-term plans. And once one major player moved, others followed. If you put 50 million on the table and go shopping in Miami, you'll get something extraordinary. Glass walls overlooking Biscayne Bay, a dock for your yacht, sleek architecture, and a view that lights up like a circuit board at night. But you're still part of the city. You have neighbors close enough to see when your lights turn on, boats constantly passing by, a skyline that never ends, and a road that never sleeps. Now, put that same 50 million into Palm Beach, and you enter a completely different world. You're buying something Miami cannot manufacture: land. Wide lawns that seem to melt into the horizon, palm-lined driveways longer than some city blocks, estates that feel more like private sanctuaries than homes, and perhaps the rarest luxury of all, no one watching. In Miami, luxury is displayed. In Palm Beach, luxury is hidden. That single mindset difference explains more than any statistic. Now, who is moving and what they are really looking for? Miami attracts a certain kind of buyer: ambitious, visible, fast-moving, people building brands, building audiences, living publicly. It's a magnet for celebrity athletes, digital entrepreneurs, and high-energy founders who want the city's electricity around them. Palm Beach attracts a completely different personality type. Palm Beach attracts the top 1% of the 1%. These are people looking not just for sunshine, but for tax planning, wealth preservation, and stability. They are the ones who have already climbed the mountain. Now they want peace at the top. Several high-profile billionaires moved their primary residence and their companies to Palm Beach County. They are hedge fund titans, private equity leaders, Fortune 500 CEOs, old money, new money, but all with the same desire: a life with fewer variables, more control, more space to think, live, and preserve. Palm Beach isn't where people go to get attention. is where they go to disappear. And that quiet, understated lifestyle has become the new gold standard for the wealthiest Americans. The migration pipeline is clear. New York, Connecticut, Chicago, California, Boston, New Jersey, high tax status. Miami benefited enormously from this migration. But once billionaires landed in Florida and started scouting the coastline, something about Palm Beach resonated differently. It wasn't the weather. Both cities share the same sun. It wasn't the tax benefits. Florida treats everyone equally there. It wasn't even size. Miami has more to offer in terms of restaurants, culture, and nightlife. What pulled them was the predictability of Palm Beach, the security, the quiet wealth, the lack of turnover, the strict zoning laws that prevent towers from ruining views or density from spiraling. Miami's ultra-luxury condos are still booming, while Palm Beach, with its strict zoning, barely allows new construction. In Palm Beach, what you buy today will look almost the same 30 years from now. And for billionaires, that kind of stability is priceless. Numbers don't lie, and Palm Beach numbers aren't just high, they are historic. Homes selling for 80 million, 100 million, 150 million. Tear-downs purchased for the price of small islands. Off-market deals so large they reshape the natural luxury records. Miami, meanwhile, continues to sell high-end condos and waterfront homes, but the market is stabilizing. Not declining, just maturing. Palm Beach, however, isn't following the market, it's defining its own. The island has become its own economic universe where supply barely exists, demand never fades, and values rise almost independent of national trends. For billionaires, Palm Beach is no longer a luxury purchase, it's an asset class. There is no better, only better for your lifestyle. If you're young, building your brand and want exposure, Miami wins. If you want privacy, legacy, property, Miami is adrenaline, Palm Beach is oxygen. They are both extraordinary, just in opposite ways. In Miami, you feel the heartbeat of the city the second you step outside. The skyline glows, the streets pulse, the restaurants overflow. You are at the center of everything. In Palm Beach, the world gets quieter. The days feel longer. The air feels older in the best way. You can hear your own thoughts. You can walk the beach at sunrise and see no one but birds dancing along the waterline. You can live an entire life without ever being photographed. The contrast is what's fueling the shift. Not because one city is better, but because the ultra-rich are choosing peace over performance. Miami is unbeatable for energy, culture, growth, and global visibility. If you want movement, community, excitement, and opportunity, Miami is for you. Palm Beach is unbeatable for privacy, legacy value, exclusivity, and long-term stability. If you want calm, control, space, and generational living, Palm Beach wins every time. And billionaires are choosing Palm Beach not because Miami has lost its charm, but because their priorities have changed. They don't need the spotlight, they don't need the noise, they don't need the chaos. At a certain level of wealth, the greatest luxury is the absence of all three. If you're thinking about moving to South Florida, whether you want the excitement of Miami or the calm prestige of Palm Beach, the right decision comes down to far more than home itself. It's about the lifestyle you want to live, the future you want to build, and the environment that will support both. If you want guidance from someone who understands this market inside and out, the link in the description will take you to your personalized South Florida relocation guide completely free. And if you're ready for a deeper conversation, whether you're relocating, investing, or just exploring, send me a message directly. I would love to help you make the most strategic move of your life. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. And drop a comment below. What area would you prefer, Miami or Palm Beach? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.